Hi everybody and welcome back to our lessons about George and the dragon. When we finished last time, we felt a bit sorry for George the mouse. Can you remember why? That's right, he'd moved into his new house and it was not at all what he wanted. It was cold and drafty, do you remember? Oh, look at it. All the fixtures and fittings were in the wrong place. They're on the ceiling because a bat used to live there. He was miles away from the cheese shop. He had no sugar for his tea. But isn't it a good job that you are such good designers and builders? Because I have seen some brilliant houses for George, and he must be much happier seeing those. But unfortunately, in our story, he's still stuck in the yucky cave. When we left him last time, he was feeling rather miserable. Do you remember? He had no sugar for his tea. I know, said George. I'll just pop next door and see if I can borrow some. So he did. Who lives next door? Who lives next door? That's right, the dragon. And what was the dragon afraid of? Mice. I wonder what's going to happen next. George the mouse is going to pop next door and see if he can borrow some sugar from the dragon. Well, I'm not going to show you the words for the next part of the story. I'm just going to show you the picture. And we're going to have a look at the picture and see what we can work out. So, have a look at this. Here is the next picture from the story. And I'm going to ask you to have a real close look at this picture and answer some questions. So, the first question I'm going to ask you, look really carefully, is can we summarise the picture? Have a look at the picture. Who can you see in the picture and what are they doing? I really like this picture. So who can you see? That's right. You can see the dragon. You can see the poor princess they captured. And did you look very carefully? And could you spot this tiny little mouse? There he is. There's George. So I can see George and I can see the dragon and I can see the princess. And what are they doing? What's happening? That's right. I think George is asking for his sugar. I think the dragon's a bit worried. Look at that face. And the princess, oh, she's falling. Oh my goodness. Right, I'm going to ask you another question about the picture. This one you might want to tell somebody in your house. We're going to think about using some good vocabulary now. We're going to think of 2 adjectives to describe how the dragon might be feeling. So look at the dragon. How is he feeling right now? We know how he feels about mice, and there was a mouse in his cave. Can you think of 2 describing words, 2 adjectives to describe how he feels? There's some brilliant ones I can hear. He's terrified. He's petrified. He's worried. He's sad. There's a mouse in there. Fantastic. Some really lovely and some lots of different ones too. Brilliant job. Okay. Looking at our next question. It's about the sequencing of our story. Where are they? Can you remember? Where was George going? Where are they? You can use the picture, look at it and remember what we've read so far. That's right. This is the dragon's cave because you might remember in our story, George says, I'm going to pop next door and see if I can borrow some. And we remember we read the story that in the cave next door to the dragon, George the mouse moved in. So he's popped next door. This is the dragon's cave. We can see from the picture it's a cave, but we know it belongs to the dragon. Okay. So the next thing is we're going to infer some information. So the words aren't there to tell us, but we can make a good guess. What do you think the princess might be thinking? Look at her. A dragon has captured her and now she's falling down. What do you think she might be thinking? Great ideas. Yeah, I think she'll be thinking lots of different things. She might be thinking, thank goodness the mouse came along. He's dropped me. Or she might be thinking, I'm falling. This is going to hurt. Or she might be thinking, I need to run and escape fast while I can. Or lots of other different things. We don't know what she's thinking. There's no right or wrong answer. We can just use what we know about the story and about princesses to guess what she might be thinking. Fantastic. And then I think, what might the princess do next? We're going to predict. What do we think will happen next? What will she do next? Well, when I was thinking about what she was thinking, I thought she might run away as fast as she can. What else might she do? Yes, she could do. Fantastic ideas. Do you know what? She might be quite a bossy princess. I know in the Badgers class, we read The Paper Bag Princess, and she was quite feisty, the princess. And I think if she's like that princess, she would tell that dragon off. How dare you capture me? Now I've been put down. I'm going to tell my father, the king, and you'll be in trouble. She might do that. That's right. She might say, thank you very much, George. I'm glad you're here. She might go and hide. She might fight the dragon. Lots of different things. All the things that she could do. Brilliant. You might have thought of some better ones too. So today you are going to be thinking about what the characters in this picture might be thinking or what they might be saying. So there are two different ideas here. You can use these templates, I've sent them home, but if you haven't got a printer, don't worry, that's fine. You can either draw the picture and draw, these are thought bubbles. So the ones that go circular like this are thought bubbles, or draw the speech bubbles here. The pointy ones here are speech bubbles. Or you could just write the ideas down on paper, that's fine too. But I want you to think about either what each of the characters are thinking, so what's the dragon thinking? What's the princess thinking? We just talked about that a little bit. What George is thinking. Look at this huge, ferocious dragon making all this fuss. What's George thinking? Or you could write what they are saying, so the words that are coming out of their mouth. So is the dragon saying something as he drops the princess and sees George? What is George saying? Is he asking him, can I have that sugar? Or is he asking him why he's making such a big fuss? And what about that princess? Is she telling that dragon off as she falls? Is she screaming? What is she saying? So today you're going to think about those thoughts of the characters or what they're saying, or a bit of both. You could do some of the things they say and some of the things they think. And the great thing about today is you're going to use your imagination. There is no right or wrong, okay? So it's up to you. You can make them say or think whatever you like. I can't wait to see what you come up with. It's great when you can use your imagination. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.